Most times in business, we fix the result of a problem, not probing deeply enough to find and identify the real problem. So most times in business, as an owner or as a manager in our business or in our department, we fix the result of another problem back here. And we actually don't probe deep enough into our business to identify what the real problem is. For example, let me give you an example. Most people in business say they need more leads. I need more leads. I need more leads. I need more leads. But surely, if you kept your customers, why would you need more leads? Oh, you want to make more money. You want more leads to make more sales. Oh, so you need more customers. Or maybe your pricing structure is not right. Or maybe you need to look at your expenses, and that way you could make more money. Any way you look at it, getting more leads is just band-aiding that problem. And that's what today's show is all about. Today's show, JTinTheRaw, show 179, where I chew the thin on business. And after 31 years, as of earlier this week, 31 years in business, I have just a few things to chew. And today, we are not doing all the fluffy stuff. We are just talking about business. And we're going to be talking about where is the real problem in your business. And whether you're joining live or on replay, Happy New Year. I hope everybody had a wonderful New Year's Eve. Big shout out goes out to all the people in New South Wales and Victoria here in Australia. Going through some tough times with the fires at the moment. It's really, really horrible out here. And my thoughts certainly go out to everybody there. Today, it's about identifying the real problem in our business. Our job is to drill deep into our business and find the real holes in our business before spending a cent on a solution. You see, I'm not sure about you guys, but my news feed is filled. My Google ads are filled with people telling me how they can get me more leads. Now, here's how the equation works for me. Is that we get a lead, and then that lead becomes an inquiry. That inquiry becomes a new customer, and then that customer becomes a returning customer. That's business. Inquiry or lead becomes an inquiry, becomes a new customer, becomes a returning customer. That's business. Now, that returning customer will either stay with us or they will go. That's business. If they stay, we kind of wonder why they're staying. It's usually probably because of our people. It's because we deliver what we promise. And if they go, why do they go? It's probably because of our people, or it's probably because we don't deliver what we promise. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if we drill deeply into our business and we follow that formula, perhaps the reason that we need more leads is because there's a problem with our people, or there's a problem with how we deliver, or is there a problem in our sales process that converts to our new customer or our renewal process? Or is it in fact another issue, which is converting those leads into inquiries? I would almost guarantee that there isn't a single business on the planet that probably needs more leads. There, I said it. That's a pretty bold statement, but I would almost guarantee that you don't need more leads because there's a problem over here in your pipeline. Happy New Year, Dave Rimmer. Meredith, good morning, good evening. Where the hell are you, Meredith, at the moment? See you travelling around Europe. It looks like you're having a good time. George, g'day. Ange, g'day. Great having you guys all on board this morning. So let's think about that again. Okay, so you're out there and you're getting more leads. You're spending money on pay-per-click advertising. You might even be spending money on a consultant or a coach to help you generate more leads. So these leads are coming into your bucket. The problem is your bucket's got a shitload of holes in it. So how do you convert from your leads in order to be a true inquiry? You know, are those leads qualified or are they inquiries? You need a process in that situation. And then you've got them as now a true inquiry. And we've got to convert that inquiry into a sales proposition, a sales presentation. Okay, so then we've got this process that goes from the inquiry into a sales presentation. What does that look like? And then from a sales presentation in order to a new customer, what does that look like? And from a new customer to a returning customer, what does that look like? We need to break each of these steps down before we spend a cent on getting more freaking leads. Stop wasting your money on pay-per-click advertising. Stop wasting your money on business coaches or consultants that are getting you more leads. Look at your whole system first, and when that is ironclad, then you can spend money on leads. So from what my experience is in business is this. Generally, a customer leaves you over here because of your people. Those people might be disengaged at work. They might be simply not performing, or they might not give a shit about the staff all of a sudden. And so we need to make sure that we have the right people working for us. And I know it's a long way from leads to people, but it's the reality. If we've got the wrong people working for us, then we've got to get this right. This is going to be wasting money. Let's get the right people. So I did do a show on how to get the right people working for you last year. Because if we got the right people, we may not need enough leads. We might be able to put enough energy into that. Now, of course, if you're in the fitness industry and you're in the active management community, there's a free resource that I've given you this week to help build that relationship with your team, to help them make sure that your team are in the right headspace for 2020. It's a free resource, costs you nothing. So make sure you're in the active management community. If you're not, put AMC in the comments below and I'll send you the link. So, 152. Or it could be that we simply don't deliver what we promise. That's why we're losing customers. We say that we are going to deliver something and we don't deliver that, and so we lose that customer. So again, it doesn't matter how many leads we generate, to how many inquiries, to how many sales, to how many returning customers. If we're not delivering what we promise, we will turn those customers over. And when we turn those customers over, we need more leads. The formula is simple in business. And if we get simply bamboozled by the crap that we see online, we lose focus of what the business is. So if we get bamboozled by the sales and the marketing of business coaches and business consultants about generating leads, you may not, and in fact I would almost guarantee that you don't need leads. You need to look at your entire process and work out where the leaky holes are in your bucket. Because if you spend money on those leads and you've got leaky holes, you are basically flushing money down the toilet. That's my thought, that's my view. The JTinTheRaw show 179. I want you to drill deep into your business and I want you to find where the real holes are before spending a cent on a solution. Now, some people say to me, look, I want more leads because I want to generate more sales because I want to make more money. Well, maybe one of those leaky holes is your expenses. When was the last time you sat down with a business very similar to your own and compared or benchmarked those expenses? I mean, do you even have somebody that you can do that with? We do that in the fitness industry with our roundtable program, where we come in and we compare businesses' expenses and we benchmark them. We benchmark them not as necessarily as a dollar amount, because that's difficult, but as a percentage of turnover. And when you can compare those, people save money. For example, one business was able to save $5,000 a year on their insurance because they changed insurance brokers. Now, did she need more leads? Yes, she needed more leads because she wanted to make more money. She's just made more money by saving $5,000 on insurance. You see, generating leads is like putting a Band-Aid over a gaping, bleeding wound. It doesn't stop the bleeding. It doesn't fix the wound. All it does is stems the flow for a little bit. And then when it doesn't do a good enough job, you've got to rip that Band-Aid off, you've got to put another one on, which means you've got to put more money into leads because you're not fixing the root of the problem. You're not fixing the wound. You need to stitch that baby up internally and externally to stop the bleeding. That's what we don't do in business. We don't work hard enough in our business to look at those processes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to be honest with you right now. This is what a business coach does. This is what a business coach does. What a business consultant does is they do it for you and they will generate you the leads. But a coach will work with you to identify where those holes are in the bucket. And then together you'll work out a solution. They won't give you the solution, they'll work with you on a solution. And I'm far from a religious person, but there is a parable in the Bible where they talk about teaching somebody to fish rather than you fishing for that person. And that's what a business coach does. That's what my job is. My job is to teach people, let's identify where that problem is and let's work on that. What's your thoughts on suppliers doing more to help the customers with better ROI? Oh, Adam, I don't think that's a bad idea. I quite like that idea. I think that's adding value as a supplier. My only issue, I guess, with that sometimes is, let me give you a metaphor to explain what I mean. It's like with a personal trainer. A personal trainer's expertise is in training clients. It's probably not in nutrition. So when they give that nutrition advice, that erodes their credibility as a personal trainer if it doesn't work. So that's my thought process. So as a supplier, your experience and your knowledge could be around a setup of a facility. It could be around, as a supplier, around sales. You could be a sales training consultant and your expertise is around sales, but it's not around staff management. And so that's when you need to bring in the expert that can help with staff culture. So I think as a supplier, you build relationships with coaches who can then help your clients rather than necessarily you having to take that on all yourself. Happy New Year, Matty Frost. Hope that helps, Adam. Hope that helps. So that's my thought, ladies and gentlemen. JT in the Raw, show 179, is about having you look at your entire business. Because there are leaky holes in your bucket, and the end result of those leaky holes is you need more leads. And I can guarantee you, you don't need more leads. You just need to fill the leaky holes before you need more leads. And perhaps that's where your energy and your effort needs to be in 2020. Not generating leads, but looking at the systems and the processes within your business. That's my thought. If you like today's show and you think you know anybody that could get value out of analysing and drilling deep into your business to find those leaky holes, please tag them in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. Just tag them in the comments. They can watch the show. Maybe it's your team and you guys can look at that together. So, what we talk about today, it's really simple. I talked about maybe this simple formula. Let's talk about this simple formula in summary. Leads, then become inquiries. Inquiries then become new customers. New customers then become returning customers. Why does a customer keep coming back to you? One, it's because of the people, and two, it's because you deliver what you promise. Now, if you haven't got the right people for you, it doesn't matter how many leads you generate, you're still going to churn your customer. So make sure you get the right people. And I did a show on that. It was show 152, where I give you some tips on getting the right people. It's delivering what you promise. It's being consistent. That was in show 134. Delivering what's consistent. Consistent delivery, right people, customers return. When customers return, You don't necessarily need more leads. That's what I'm saying. Let's go back and find out, is the problem with how we look after our team, or we have the wrong people? Is it that we're not delivering what we promise consistently? Is it in fact our conversion from customer to returning customer? Is it our conversion from inquiry to sale, or is it from our lead to inquiry? There are plenty of places there could be leaky holes in your bucket. Do not spend a cent on getting more leads until you fix that. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been tuning in to JTinTheRaw Show 179. Same time every week. We've got rid of the fluffiness, and I'm just focusing on business to help you guys out moving forward. And we always finish the show with quote of the week. Quote of the week is this. You've heard it during the show, so you're going to hear it one more time. Drill into your business and find the real holes before spending a cent on a solution. Drill into your business and find the real holes before spending a cent on a solution. In other words, find out where those leaky holes really are, then you can start spending money. But don't spend money on a Band-Aid to cover a gaping wound when you need to stitch that baby up. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed the show. If you've got value out of the show, as I said, please share it. Give me a love heart right now. Anytime during the show, if you get value, love heart me up. Everybody stays safe. My thoughts are out there with the fireys all over the country. Quote of the week, drill into your business and find the real holes before spending a cent on a solution. And I will catch you on the flip side.